Welcome, everyone, to the family dinner of Total Nonstop Impact, the Sunday night evening extravaganza for free this time. We haven't done this for free in a long time.
Long time. February, right?
I don't even know.
Free.
I'm still weird about doing this for free. Yeah, but Mark has a reason. But anyway, let me introduce the panel here. We got here, okay? Besides all of you in the live chat, this is Trent, my co-host Bill to my, I guess this is my my right, and J Bone to his right. Then you got Uncle Mark down there, Alicia, and the only man who can, besides us, when we tell her we'll do the show in under 2 hours, who can make Alicia smile. Stefan is here.
Welcome, Stefan.
And I want to thank Stefan for jumping in on the Homecoming review last night and holding it down for the channel. That was awesome. Thank you very much for doing that. We appreciate it.
Fun. Thanks for letting me fill in. It was a good time.
Yeah, nice. So, Mark, you want to introduce what this is, why we're doing this for free? Because it clearly says Patreon content in the corner of the screen.
It does say that because it is Patreon content. But, okay, so a lot of you will probably remember the family dinner. Many of you already attend family dinner still every Sunday night here with us at 10:05 Central on Patreon for Tier 2 and 3 patrons. This is an old show that we used to do that was based around the Impact Plus app and primarily Explosion and any other new content. Well, Explosion was canceled on this very show. Well, not Family Dinner. It was canceled on the regular show. But Johnny Bravo came on, canceled our show, canceled Explosion. So the pandemic was not ending. As we all know, it's still raging, but things were opening up again. So we decided to shutter Family Dinner. Everybody said, we love Family Dinner. We want it back. We said, we really just don't have the time and the energy and the resources. Everybody wanted it back so bad. It was a catalyst for creating the Patreon. Enough people said, we would totally pay for this. We did. They did. Everybody held up their end of the agreement. So every Sunday night we do this and we hang out with a changing cast of characters. Even Kyle shows the fuck up sometimes, which is wild. Yeah.
Kyle. Yeah.
It's become a
love you, Kyle. It's been a while.
So like I said, it was the Impact Plus special. Now it's Family Dinner because it's more about you. Like whatever you want to talk about, questions you have from the week, any of that shit. This is the place to talk about it. Which somebody asked earlier, sativa or indica? For me, it's indica. Alicia?
Hybrid.
Stefan?
I'm usually sativa.
Okay, opposite me. Going. All right, Treehouse on the bottom. I won't ask top row. These guys are drinkers, not smokers.
I just like cigars.
And we're good with those too. I smoke cigars too. I mean, I put something else in them, but
so anyway. Drew Estate Cigars, which is also Eric Young's favorite brand too. Drew
that's
Estate.
What Truck was talking about.
Truck loves those too. They're fantastic, by the way.
Wait, is that the kind of sweetener you put in your coffee? I'm confused.
Sit down, Jay.
Oh, hold on. Let me I do want to clarify this. Oh, also here, ask questions, comments. A lot of you who've been with us for a long time, loved Kyle's like rapid fire comments in the comment rolls. Which we have toned back on as we've grown larger because it's just simply time consuming to do it. And it clutters up the screen now that we have a ticker and other elements on screen. During Family Dinner, we bring that back so everyone can kind of interact more. It is more about this is our family, right? We do this every Sunday together. It's a show that sometimes we don't talk about Impact at all. Usually there's some wrestling talk, but half the time we're talking about what we did this weekend or, my trip and things like that. So if you just want a place to come hang out, kind of wind your week down on a Sunday night before you have to go back to the week, this is the place to be. We love doing it. Everybody who's here loves being here. You'll see the same faces every Sunday. We decided since it's Patron Day today, the first of the month, is the best day to sign up for Patreon. So we thought, let's just make this free for everybody. So if you like it and you've never seen it before or you missed it, hey, we'd love to see you every Sunday. So
there you go.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. So, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's my bad. So from Noah Luck here, it says, you guys were on Impact Plus. No, let me clarify. Johnny Bravo came on our show to cancel Explosion, which was on Impact Plus.
He canceled it on the show.
Yeah, he canceled it on our show. And we had a show based on that as well on Explosion. So effectively our show was canceled. So he canceled the official show as well as our podcast about that show.
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
Basically, Johnny Bravo came on, shot on all of us, insulted everybody, canceled our fucking show and told Penzer to eat shit. It was wild. It was a wild night.
He literally did, actually. That actually happened.
It was like February or so of this year, early March. Check around there back in the archives. You can find it. It's been a while. It was on the main show, I believe, that went down.
Yeah. So that's why we moved this over. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk like other topics too. I mean, we'll talk whatever. I mean, obviously people have wrestling questions and we want to just talk about a couple topics, whatever happened in the week. I mean, we'll tie it in, but honestly, you can talk about whatever you want. It's just a hangout, and it's literally just chilling with some folks before the week starts again. So
we try to keep it low key, you know, no like insanely controversial topics or anything that's gonna just start getting radical or nothing.
Well, I'd like to open with a controversial topic. So because we're giving this away for free. So on our Patreon exclusive show on After Dark, Mark was kicked off of After Dark, and people have been asking me, they've been tweeting us, what happened to Mark on After Dark. We've been hearing rumors because he was abruptly muted.
You got to be on After Dark if you want to see it.
I'll just summarize it. He was abruptly muted, and then he went to black. Like it was like the end of The Sopranos, man. Like he went to black. That was it.
Look, for anyone who ever questions what we sacrifice to do these podcasts, that was a good example of what we sacrificed to do these
like
podcasts.
time, marriages, all sorts of shit. Yeah, things like that. Do you want to share what happened, Mark, or do you want? I mean, you can give a little.
No, man. If you were on After Dark, you know what happened. That's where it happened.
I'll add this. It was scary because there's some adult extracurricular activities that happen on the After Darks late night sometimes, and we'll just say that Mark was coughing so bad he lost like 3 very important bodily organs during this. It was scary. It was scary. So then, his wife, came out on the porch and saw all the organs all over the porch.
Story.
No. That's, again, why are we doing After Dark if we're telling the story here? So, for those of you who aren't familiar with After Dark, since you're here anyways, that's a tier 3 show, and After Dark is more of us confessing to crimes, shooting on people that annoy us. Like me getting in trouble and shit. Smoking lots of weed happens on After Dark.
This is the good stuff.
That's pretty much
looks exactly like what After Dark looks like.
So if you are a patron, you can go watch that video. It's on there still. You can go see what happened.
Last After Dark, right?
It's great to see. It's great to see the exact moment where Mark's marriage ends. It's amazing.
I went back and rewatched it to hear what you guys were doing while I was on mute with my and Bill's like, oh, I popped for my own pain. I was like, oh, poor me.
That's awesome.
Oh, shit.
So what else is going on? I haven't seen Homecoming. I didn't finish it yet. I started it and I didn't finish it when I got home yesterday.
Violet just
come on, man! You had all day to watch it.
I know, dude. I've been out. I've been doing stuff.
How far did you get?
It's messed up.
A Missy fucking Hyatt showed up on Bill, you kayfabe me on Missy Hyatt showing up, and I just love the fact that Missy Hyatt's like cage match listing has a match in Impact in 2021. Like 58-year-old Missy Hyatt's got a match. And I'm like, what the fuck is? But I am all for if like this is a thing with Myers now to like bring old like divas out. Like old, like women stars are like back in the day, like fucking, Beulah's got to be next. Beulah has to be coming up here.
I was at Beulah's retirement, but we'll see. That doesn't always happen in wrestling.
Something. But anyway, yeah, I haven't seen. I'm gonna finish it tonight before I go to bed, so it'll be on as I relax.
Then we won't do any kind of review of that because Jay's going to review it on Smash anyways.
And you 3 reviewed it yesterday, right? You guys did a full show anyway. Yeah. So
okay. I mean, I'll say this: I really enjoyed the show.
Great show,
and I'm really excited for the Drama King to show up. It's like we know who it was. It's just some people aren't familiar with him. If you don't watch WWE stuff, you didn't see his NXT or main roster WWE stuff.
It wasn't like I saw it. I'm like, he's just a dude. Like what am I supposed to take away? He's just a dude.
I think he's kind of like fun. He's got a fun, outgoing kind of like personality. He's not too. I don't know. He's pretty kind of jovial.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got a fun kind of attitude.
Was there a promo? I haven't seen the promo yet.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So you missed out on that part.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think he's articulate too. He doesn't stutter around. He's
okay.
I like him.
All right, let me see the promo.
He's very articulate.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's articulate, and he's kind of annoying, like in a good way, I don't know.
I'm reserving any judgment so far. Like, I didn't know what to think. I wasn't impressed, but I wasn't unimpressed. So I can tell that he's a mic guy, and I'm going to give it some time for him to grow on me because I have zero background on him. Trent, we do have a question and a request.
Well, this is not a question.
It is. So it's kind of man.
What am I, a fucking monkey? I said to do a question.
Yeah, in this instance, yes. People want Loki. You can wait and work it in. I'm just like,
I'll work it. It's got to be natural. I can't just
Loki.
Dance like low key when somebody asks. I have to come at him with something.
How does Loki dance? Really low to the ground and hunchy, I bet.
I don't have any fun. That's what he doesn't. Loki doesn't dance. I don't believe in good times at all.
Thank you, Mr. Loki.
He's very serious.
But what else is going on? So, all right, I'm gonna watch that promo. Then I'll give a full synopsis. But first,
like I said before we went live, go watch his NXT solo stuff before he joined was it Vaudevillains? Go watch that stuff because that's a perfect example of what he's doing right here.
I will not watch any NXT at all. I'll be honest with you.
Just watch him more on Impact because hopefully Impact will feature him much more, and we'll.
Well, I mean, like, you can look it up on YouTube. I'm not asking you to join the talk or nothing.
That also requires effort. Ugh. I don't know, man. I don't want to give them numbers.
Well, I don't
want to validate them. Oh, we have a question here.
This is
a great question. So Mary says, I just started watching Impact Wrestling. So first of all, welcome to Impact Wrestling. That's fantastic. Homecoming was so good. I think we universally agree on this panel. I have seen intergender wrestling before, but what do you guys think of intergender wrestling? So I would like to start with Alicia next to me because I know that I already know what her answer is and I like her answer.
I love it. To simply put, I think it's fun, and when done correctly, it can tell really interesting stories, and I really dig that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
Cool. And so here, Stefan, I see that. Stefan, is that you? Is you
right? So I mean, I think it's super cool, big time, for sure.
Agreed. Also on board with intergender stuff, as long as it's done properly. And in the case of Impact, it almost always is. Like, I can't think of an instance where they did it poorly.
That was like Inception, man. Like he was in the chat, and at the same time he was saying the same answer verbally. That was trippy. It can be a lot of fun if done right. Like, to me, whatever you say about Tessa aside, Tessa and Sammy was done perfectly, in my opinion, because they were so perfectly matched up. Because he's a smaller guy, it matched up. Like, the intensity of both of them was perfect. The match was great. Like, their whole thing was done really well. My beef with intergender wrestling is only when it's done wrong, where it's like not believable by any sense of the imagination, And it's like those two, Tessa and Sammy, were perfect because you just saw the believability and like just their style and intensity. Sometimes where it's over the top, then it's like, come on, what are we doing? But all for it if you can pull it off right. You got to make it like, we all know it's all a setup, but at least make me suspend my disbelief a little bit. Bill, you've probably seen a lot of it though on the indies you've gone to though.
Oh yeah. And for anyone that doesn't know, in training, most of the female wrestlers are trained by men.
That's right.
So they've worked with men in training, and usually on the indies, you see a lot of intergender wrestling, and that's been the case for years. But obviously, if you just watch up north, you don't think they ever collide, and even down south, it's like, oh, in a mixed tag match, the man never faces a woman because they're worried about advertisers and sponsors and things like that for what it could mean. But if you're looking at it as just athleticism and performance like that, then I don't have a problem with it. But as Trent said, as long as it's booked right, you can't have stuff that's unbelievable. Like, I know people had issues with Tessa and Brian Cage. Like, there's a huge guy, but it wasn't on Impact. Although
how many other people wrestle Brian Cage that are just as big as Tessa Blanchard, though? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
there are, so it can, but I'm okay with that as long as you play it out right.
Not many. Like I think I saw an instance where it was Jordan Grace versus Brian Cage. Now, and there, Jordan Grace is very muscular, very,
that's a bigger difference than.
Yeah.
I mean, even like if you were to do Jordan Grace versus Tessa Blanchard, that would be kind of a little bit of a difference there, I think.
Yeah, that's what it was about Jordan Grace maybe being in the X division and going for that title, because it's believable, because you could figure her going with most men as well as women. Tessa, very skilled, one of the most talented female wrestlers I've seen, but she was very small build, so it made you would have those issues except for certain people, like when she won against Man Folden. That was a tough one,
right? And then when the guy that is selling like over the top selling for it too, it's like, I get it, she's tough, but like when you're just blatantly making it look goofy the way you're selling for it, make it believable. Like you are still towering over her to a degree, so like make it so like she's chopping the tree down instead of like you just taking like complete like flat backs off of one punch and stuff. That's which is like what Cage was doing sometimes. And I'm like, dude, like you're this monster human being. Like at least work it out where like and it's more fun for me as a viewer watching her like chop the tree down and work him down and then kick the shit out of him instead of like one punch just knocks him on his ass. It's like, come on, like that's what they were doing. And I'm like, I don't want to see shit like that. Like that doesn't make any sense. So in that sense.
If another man that was smaller than Brian Cage had to wrestle Brian Cage, it would be the same thing.
Same thing, like, exactly.
That's not out of the question about. And if someone smaller than Brian Cage, like I don't know, Eddie Edwards or something, had to wrestle Brian Cage, like you wouldn't be like, oh, that's totally out of the question. Like it shouldn't.
Right. Like when Swan did it. Bill, you were there live.
Yeah.
Well, and that was in that gauntlet. Like he got worn down.
He wore him down. Exactly.
So that kind of played into it. And the same thing, if you're in a certain style match, you wear them down. Like when you're talking about these big monsters, like a W. Morrissey, Eddie had to throw the kitchen sink at Homecoming at him, literally to get him down and
that was a hell of a match.
And that would be the same thing. That would be the same thing here. It's just but once again, we're talking wrestling. It's not always believable.
I want
to welcome Danny over here too.
I want to dovetail Danny's question in. So along with the welcome for Danny, his question relates to this, and that Homecoming was a king and queen thing. And would we like, and chat as well for you, if it was a title, if there was some kind of mixed tag titles, is this something that people would want to see in Impact?
That's we talked about that a little bit like yesterday, and we were talking about how other companies do, like who was saying AAA does that already, has an intergender.
Do they do that right now?
So, I think that would be cool.
Tag titles.
I just don't I hope it doesn't stretch other things a little bit too thin. When they try to get other new things going on, sometimes they pluck a little bit too much from other scenes that are bouncing around, and it kind of
No.
That's valid. I mean, we're seeing it with the Knockouts tag titles.
Right.
Perfect example. Knockouts tag titles booked into a complete corner at this point. So
at no fault of the talent, they're doing their best. But that would be my concern as well. But in terms of would I be up for it? Absolutely. I love the concept.
Yeah. So, and you know what? Some people are actually really against intergender wrestling. Some people just flat out do not want to see it. And I'm curious if anyone in the chat, are you guys, and it's a no hate zone. This is like nobody's out to hate anybody for this. I'm really curious, like who is completely just not for it at all. Like even though it's the work and all that, you just don't want to see that kind of striking or that violence on the opposite sex. If you are, like, I'm just curious what your reasons are too. Just throw it in the chat.
Yeah, like there is a group of wrestling fans out there that are just dead against it, and they got their, and there's nothing wrong with that, to each their own, they're not wrong for feeling that way,
I'll be honest. A guy like, and not to cut you off, Jim, I just want to just throw this out there real quick.
Fun.
The guy who I think back to, like, Sammy's done it a lot, actually. He's done it with Chris Statlander here in Chicago. A lot in Revolver. Sammy's worked. he's the one guy I feel like really gets how to play it properly. Mm-hmm. Like he knows how to, and he's a smaller guy too, so like he just somehow he knows how to work to the strengths of intergender wrestling. And I think it's a very underrated talent of his too. But then again, he's awesome in general, but very underrated overall either way.
Yeah.
But, kudos to Caleb, who worked a very good match with Taylor Wilde.
Yeah, fantastic.
I didn't mean to cut you off, J-Bone. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's intergender wrestling isn't something that we see all the time in Impact Wrestling or in wrestling in general, depending on what you're watching. I felt like yesterday was a perfect mix of like really good wrestling, depending on who was on the screen at the time, or you threw in a little bit of comedic stuff, like the stuff with the crowd interacting with Decay and the chants like "bite his face off." Yeah, I love that. I'm like, okay, it was to the point that I'm like, if they don't come out with a bite his face off tee, I feel like they're losing something here. Because if they don't put one out, I'm gonna put one out.
Yeah. If Matt was in charge of merch, it would be out there.
Well, so Kevin's already in here taking notes for the company. So he already knows that we're a yes on intergender, more intergender stuff. So Kevin,
but
take
not
notes
all
on the
time.
T-shirt too.
Like, do I want to see this as like a yearly thing? Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Like an old school King of the Ring. You don't do that stuff all the time. Keep it special. And me personally, I really don't want to see a title for it. But if you drag. Like once you get the king and the queen, and then they kind of like drag that out for a while, like, hey, we won and we're all that, and then they keep that ego going for a few months and keep it popping. Like that just adds heat to whoever's doing it, and I think it's perfect for someone like Matthew Raywald, who's new, the drama king. Who better? He's got the crown now. Now, whether he's, stays with Deanna as like a partner or whatever you want to call it, it just adds to his character. Like I'm the king.
I feel like they kind of gave it away with that though, like by calling him the drama king's coming, and it's like, well, duh, you're crowning a king and queen. It's almost like they always set you up after the first match. This guy's gonna win it at some point.
Well, hey, Matt Cardona is the hardcore king.
It's true.
It is. And look, and I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I didn't even catch that until now. So it's like,
Jesus, J-Bone, where you been? You all right? You doing okay there, Daddy?
Well, I'm drinking one of these. So
which one's Jay?
You have been on a substance every episode.
What the hell is this C4? What is this?
What is C4?
Explodes your head or something?
What the hell is it?
I got a bunch of these. This is actually at Myers because I was picking up a prescription for my wife. By the way, speaking of my lovely wife, it is our 7th anniversary tomorrow.
Speaking of intergender wrestling, happy anniversary to the bone.
And it's my wife. It's
Mrs. good for you.
It's Mrs. Mark's birthday tomorrow, so also some
intergender wrestling that's going to happen tomorrow too.
There you go.
Hey, Monday Night Raw when it's in the bed. Like, sorry, anyway.
She hasn't, Mrs. J-Bone hasn't put my ass through a television yet, so I figure we're doing pretty damn good.
Mark, is this going to be you trying to seduce your wife on her birthday tomorrow?
I can turn it on anytime, Pat. Come on, no problem.
Is this you tomorrow? Like, happy birthday, baby.
That's totally fucking me.
We're going.
I got you donuts. I picked up some donuts this morning.
It's better than
extra virgin olive oil.
Hey, can I note for a 6-person panel the efficiency here at 25 minutes? So for those who are new to this show, it's an hour show, give or take, just a Sunday night wind down to chill. We've gotten through every single question, I think. If we missed your question or have more, please
honestly,
let us know.
Talk about anything.
And no wrestling shit, man.
Favorite pizza fucking topping,
favorite kind of. So somebody did.
What's
mention,
Stefan gonna wear to the wedding? We could talk about that.
Right. Hold on, wait. I remember the question. Somebody asked, "What's your favorite kind of rock?" Now, mine's Obsidian, but I'm not sure if they were talking about the music because you guys talk about rock music.
Wait, rock, this is a very broad.
My favorite kind of rock is probably salt. because it's the only one you can eat.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like Obsidian just because it's cool it looks.
I'm gonna go.
I think they're talking about music.
Oh. I think so too. But the first thing
well,
my daughter's building. She's been making a rock display thing for her crystals collection today, and she wants to go down to the Magic Cauldron, which is like a store here that has crystals and stuff. So we've been
cool name for a shop.
Yeah, right. So we've been doing rock stuff all weekend, and I guess so. To me, I've got rocks on, like literal rocks and crystals on the brain, But
I think J-Bone and I can both answer with REO Speedwagon as our favorite rock. Go ahead, Bill.
That's tough.
Take that answer on the run, will you? Come on.
Trent's getting feisty. Oh shit!
Take it on a run, baby.
You know what?
I like all rock because it's important to be diverse.
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to say crack just to be an asshole, but I guess nobody did. Go ahead, Bill. Favorite kind of rock? Well, you have to do a different interpretation of rock. We went with music. They went with actual rocks. Like, what are we talking?
A lot of different kinds of rock.
I like 1998 rock. You could say that too.
Oh, I do. Alternative rock is my.
I'm talking like Nation of Domination rock. If you can go that. That's another rock.
The rock that was at Bound for Glory.
Oh, okay. Bound for Glory rock. We'll go with that.
Dwayne Johnson.
So Bound for Glory, the rock in his backyard.
God, I want my pizzles back.
What kind of rock we talking?
Chris Rock, what?
Chris Rock, that's a good rock.
Chris Rock's a good rock.
I saw this question in there earlier. Let's. I just want to quick scratch this one off. Sorry we missed this earlier. Now where the hell did he go? There it is. Where is Melissa Santos? Because she was on the
gone.
I love her. Melissa's the best.
Next,
gone.
Cut
his mic.
No, she go. Go ahead, J-Bone. You get.
Well, she didn't even go to AEW with her husband. She's just at home, raising babies. So, yeah.
Anybody had weed brownies before? I'm going to answer yes for the entire treehouse on the bottom, most likely. I'm going to say probably a yes above me for the Bone Man.
Nope.
No. And I'm going to say no on Bill and Trent.
I will tell you a funny story. My sister had the funny story about weed brownies. She crashed at a friend's house and then woke up in the morning and was like, nobody was up, like a bunch of people, big party. And then she woke up and she was like starving. She opened the fridge and there was brownies. And then she like had a brownie, a little while later, she starts like feeling sick. She thinks she's getting like food poisoning. Well, she's getting like fucked up. Like she's like, something's wrong with me. Right. And she's like, I feel like and so she's like freaking the fuck out to the point where she's like, like she thinks she's dying at one point. Like they go out to dinner. It's like, well, let's go out to breakfast. Let's get you some breakfast. She's out there and she's like, my head's spinning. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like there's three. She's like, what the fuck's happening to me? So she like they take her to an ER, like a minute clinic or whatever. And they're like, what'd you do? What'd you have today? She goes, nothing. I woke up. I had these brownies in my friend's fridge and I had some water. I had some. And they're like, he's like, oh shit, did you eat the brownies that were in the fridge? This is in front of the doctor. She's like, yeah, that's it. And he's like, oh, dude, those were weed brownies. Like, what the fuck? And she's like, are you serious? I'm thinking I'm fucking dying over here. Like,
man.
Better than saying,
I have the runs.
Yeah, better than that, I guess. What was the CD you were showing, J-Bone?
Rat.
It is Rat and Roll, baby.
Right.
From 19. This is from 1986, 87.
I believe it.
This is 80.
I believe it.
This is 86. This is now. Granted, this is a CD, but this cassette when I had it is the first cassette I ever bought as a kid, and I was absolutely addicted.
There's a good question. Anyone go to any concerts lately? Speaking of music, J-Bone, that's a Dokken and George Lynch. My friend was at that concert.
Not in a long time.
Jealous. I almost went to Rat, which was like a weekend ago. I almost went, and then I decided erred on the side of caution and was like, no, I'm gonna wait.
I was just talking about the Black Crowes. I didn't know they're still around. I was like wondering what the hell happened to them. They're still around. No shit.
The last show we went to was Death Cab for Cutie, and that was even before the pandemic.
Yeah, we went to Starland Ballroom for that. That was probably like a year before the pandemic.
Really?
We were supposed to see Square Pusher, which is a well-known European electronic artist from like the late 90s, early 2000s, like Aphex Twin kind of thing. And but that was going to be, I think, at Starland Ballroom also. But that got canceled, and we got our money back.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost everybody's getting back out there again. It's crazy.
Fucking Lollapalooza is going on in Chicago right now.
I've seen the pictures.
It's bananas. It's cuckoo bananas.
Oh,
but like
cuckoo bananas.
I saw footage of Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
and friggin', if you don't think Limp Bizkit is still loved, go look at the Lollapalooza footage.
They did an after party for Lala, and my guitarist Tim was there, and he he grew up on it, so like he was fucking marking the fuck out for Limp Bizkit.
I mean, we live in like a post-ironic America, so now even if you don't like Limp Bizkit, it's like fun to like the things you don't like.
Yeah,
all these complex.
It's like the Backstreet Boys.
He was losing his mind. But like he was, so they played like an after party here. But yeah, I mean, Lala was nuts because like traffic in Chicago is completely jacked to hell because everything's closed because Lala takes up like 8 city blocks. So like it's but it's nuts. Nothing but hipsters and Gen, like what are they now? Z's like a lot of unicorn.
They ran out of letters. I mean,
they're out of letters.
Where are they going next? They're gonna have to go to AA.
Yeah, they started at like X. So like,
it's still considered new metal, even though it's 20 years old now.
Yeah,
new metal. NU. For those of you who don't know how to spell new metal, because that's the cool way to spell it. NU.
What was the guy's name in Death Cab? Ben Gibbard? Is that right?
Yeah, Ben.
That sounds right. Yeah,
from the Postal Service.
That's right. That's what he was from. The Postal
Right.
Service. Yeah, the Ben Gibbard. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Swag fan. And Paul. Yeah, the Dusty Hill from ZZ Top passed away. 1/3 of one of the most iconic 3-man groups of the last 50 years, and that's how old they were. They were just celebrating their 50-year anniversary.
Nuts.
And absolutely crazy. They took one night off after he passed away. 2 nights after he passed away, they went and did that concert. And their guitar tech, pardon me, I don't know the guy's name, but I just happened to see the article. The guitar tech apparently is now their new bassist.
Really?
And he grew this insanely big beard over the pandemic, so he fits right in.
I'm looking at the picture right now. That's also cuckoo bananas. He looks just like he belongs.
That's sad news, but good for them.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine. Like it hasn't hit them, and they're like, "Well, let's just do this and then deal with it when it hits us." I don't know what their thinking is, but I'm not judging.
You can go either way. I've seen bands go both ways. Where we're done, tour's over, or we got to fill out the tour.
It's also like a way to like some people grieve like that, man. You know, like I just need to get the fuck back out and do something. And like after that that last concert's over, then you allow yourself to cry and shit. You know, like it happens. Like everybody grieves in different ways.
Right.
So who knows?
And my favorite stuff is Afterburner and probably the one right before it, Eliminator. I want to say. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like. 80s. I mean, I like the 70s stuff too. They play a lot of that stuff on the radio. It's like one of those that I've always loved, but I never like they play it so much on the radio, so I never had to purchase it. One of those things, you know.
Right,
they have a ton of radio hits, and for people who don't know who they really are, I bet if we played a half dozen songs of theirs, you'd go, "Oh yeah, I heard that one before on a commercial or on a movie or something like that."
They also make a cameo in Back to the Future 3. That's right.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sharp Dressed Men.
Love that one.
I'll tell you what. I saw them a part of a festival. I think it was like man, I want to say it was like Tesla, ZZ Top, and somebody else.
Oh,
but
that's a good bill.
ZZ Top played out of 2 combo amps. Like it was just them 2 combo amps that were just mic'd into the house. And this is an amphitheater, and the drummer was on a riser, and that's it. Like it was the simplest setup, and
simple.
these
That's
guys
really cool.
they just rocked a fucking amphitheater. Like no glitz, no like. And they had some lights on the stage and all like built in, but like no huge amps and like shit. Like they were just two dudes with like combo amps, like just lined right.
That's
up.
what made their sound too. Kind of was like that, like lo-fi, kind of like a little bit grungy. Kind of
It was wild.
As usual, I can't participate in the rock music conversation on this wrestling podcast. However, ZZ Top recorded their albums in the neighborhood I grew up in an old house that they had converted. So I used to see them at the store all the time. And shit.
No way.
But I don't know shit about their music.
Oh, totally. That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of their albums that I paid for. I honestly, I forget which one. It was a white cover. It was a white cover. It had to be in the mid 90s because I got it through Columbia House. It was
the greatest.
Still looking
12 for a penny or whatever.
Yeah,
it's probably their greatest hits. And it was a real clean white cover, and it had the three of them on it, and they had like the silver suits on or something.
That probably was it then.
Yeah, or gold suits. Excuse me. Yeah, greatest hits. Yeah. Hey, not a bad. It's not a. That sometimes is the way to go. Like you want to get into a band, find their greatest hits.
Oh yeah.
Find a, or now you could say go to Spotify and find a playlist or whatever. You know.
That's the world we're living now, man. It's all playlists.
You mentioned because now we're talking about music, and I just can't shut up when it comes to music. You were talking about seeing ZZ Top all stripped down, no glitz, anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird you say that because the first thing that popped in my head. 95 when like all the glam and lasers and everything went away from rock and everything just got real stripped down and everybody went kind of grungy and no glam and whatever. I saw Def Leppard on their 1995 tour and it had no lasers, no pyro, nothing.
No pyromania for Def Leppard?
It was like no. Well, because you look at their 80s videos and it's all a billion lasers. That's what everyone did. Crew did that. Everyone did that.
I remember that comedian Patton Oswalt saying how every 80s music video looked like it was filmed in like a factory that did nothing but manufacture sparks. And all like every 80s hairband videos in a factory just manufacturing sparks, and then they're fucking rubbing shoulder blades and fucking guitar soloing. I'm like, it's so true. It's always a stage with sparks and like in a factory somewhere.
It was one of the best concerts I ever been to, and it was back then. And seeing Def Leppard with no extra, whatever, when you see Kiss, it's flames and whatever. And this was just basic lights, no weird effects, nothing. And it was just amazing. It really was. It was cool.
There's a question. This is a good question right here. Let's get this around.
I like how Hakeem pulled Saved by the Bell. It was like,
why are you taking Saved by the Bell out of this? Why are you taking Saved by the Bell out of this?
Because nobody gives a shit about Saved by the Bell.
I do. But anyway, go on. All right, who's going to take
I still don't know what a Pekowski is or whatever the fuck.
Kelly.
Oh, take that name out of your mouth, J-Lo. Treat her with respect and deserve.
My dream comes true. When I got to meet her, it was a fucking heavenly, dude.
Let me cut you off real quick just to answer this, Trent. Sorry. Mary, this show is every week. We do it often. Every Sunday night, 10:05 Central Time. It is a tier 2 Patreon show. So if you really like it and you want to support the show, $5, you get 4 shows, sometimes 5 shows a month. It's basically $1 a show. All right. Sorry, Trent.
But Mary's new. She might not know that you guys have a weekly show on Thursday that's free.
Yes, we have 2 weeks.
So you guys review.
Tuesdays and Thursday is free.
That's the schedule,
All right, well, Stefan, what's your favorite TV show to watch in your spare time?
Lately, just for background noise, we put on like old Lucha Underground episodes because we like to see some of the old.
That's amazing.
But anyway, because I have a bunch of stuff in a TV library. But we also like to watch. Lately, we were watching Broad City, and I like to watch a show called I Think You Should Leave. You heard the show? I Think You Should Leave.
I never heard of that. Where is that?
You should look this one up. Yeah, it's really funny.
And you're a big Trailer Park Boys guy, right?
Oh yeah, big time Trailer Park Boys. Some of those old classic comedies, you know.
I love the Trailer Park. I saw him live.
Community is another big, like,
a good one too.
Older one that's not on anymore that I love. I'll rewatch that once in a while. Avatar, I'm a huge Avatar: The Last Airbender fan. I'll rewatch that every 3 to 4 years usually.
Nice.
All right, I'll shut up now.
Alicia, is it the same for you? Are you guys a
we watch a lot of the same stuff, but like I watch separate. Like I like a lot of like true crime documentaries and all that kind of stuff. Superstore is really funny.
I've been meaning to watch
Letterkenny. I like Cheers and The Golden Girls. I'm kind of all over the grid. Like mostly comedy and true crime stuff is where I lean, but I'll watch anything once.
Nice. What do you watch your spare time, Mark? Impact Wrestling. Who's gonna be the one to say it? Who's gonna be the one to say it?
I watch a shit ton of sitcoms. Any sitcom from any era, I'm a fan of. And I watch a lot of true crime shows. So Forensic Files, Cold Case Files, you know, anything that's like Dateline, anything like that is most of my watching. My watching habits.
In the chat, put yours too. I want to hear what everybody else is
watching out
there too. J-Bone, you can't say, you can't say porn, but go ahead. What do you watch in your spare time? I'm just saying, it's this family dinner. I'm just saying you can't say it. I didn't say that is your answer. I'm just saying you can't say it.
It's family dinner. You can say more than
implying anything.
Well, I was going to leave out Pornhub, you know.
Oh, okay, go ahead. What do you watch in your spare time, J-Bone?
Besides a billion things of wrestling, let's see. I watch a lot of zombie stuff like Walking Dead. I've got a billion things in my DVR queue I need to catch up on. Fear the Walking Dead. There's like series on like Netflix. Like what did I just binge watch? Black Summer just came out with season 2, so I binge watched that. Really weird shit.
I need to do that.
It's good, but it's different. It's, don't expect anything else that you've seen like in any other TV series. Because
I like the first season.
If you like the first season, you will love the second season. I didn't like the way it ended though, and that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm still a fan. When my son is here every other weekend, we binge watch a lot of Disney stuff. Like, what did we just binge watch? We binge watched over the course of a few weekends. We binge watched the Loki series.
I fell asleep. All 3 of my 4.
I didn't know I had a series on Disney Plus.
There it was. Fucking money. That was fucking money.
But you do. This weekend, Friday night and Saturday, we binge watched. What the hell is it? The Falcon and Winter Soldier.
There you go.
I need to do that.
Or that's not what it is. Captain American. What the hell is it called?
Oh, you got it right. The
tag Bill in quick before you stutter any further, J-Bone.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's the.
Hey, another Winona Earp watcher. All right,
that's it. It became by the end of the series. It became Captain America.
Yes.
So
I didn't know what. So yeah, we do that.
Look at Kevin Martin taking shots here, J-Bone.
I have a great appreciation for Andy Griffith because my dad still watches that. So every single day, at some point, I'll be walking through the house, and I'll hear.
He's like, that again.
I'll hear it, and then it's stuck in my head, and I'll have to quick go turn on some Limp Bizkit to get it out of my head.
Randy's in my zone, man.
Dude,
Randy's in my neck of the woods.
This is a legit list right here.
I like it. But
I grew up on All in the Family. I have a total respect for that one. I mean, I know it's controversial, but I grew up on that, so I love that shit. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Bill, it'll help me if you say Impact Plus is 24/7 streaming in your house.
I'm a big fan of old spin cycles and all that. But I obviously, we're all talking about this, and it's tough with the amount of wrestling. I'm more of a movie guy, to be fair.
Okay.
I'm usually at the theater as long as it's open, which it's been for a while.
The picture
3 times a week. So
Are you really?
Wow, cool.
I got the movie. Well, I had the movie pass, and
The
now I have
movie
the AMC, so I got to get my money out of that thing.
Is that over?
You sure are getting that money.
Yeah, no shit. I heard they lost a shit ton of money doing that movie.
Well, Movie Pass went out of business.
Well, because Bill's fucking killing.
I was a super.
Bills are every day like, here we are again, everybody.
Bill is crashing the market on
Hell yeah.
So
what are you
I'll watch
now?
any movie in the theater. I'll give anything a shot in the theater.
No shit.
But for TV, not a lot of the new stuff. Like I will watch like Dexter coming back, but usually I watch a show. I give it a couple seasons. I know I talked to like Walking Dead. I thought was really good for like 4 seasons. Then I had a bad year and that, and then I'm done with you. I'm not coming back.
I hear
like
you.
Nip Tuck was great for 2 years. After then it was done. So a lot of that, but like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Seinfeld. I can always go. Their go-tos can always go with them. Hear the joke every time I'll laugh. So definitely some good comedies because comedy's tough. But then there's some good dramas but usually it's like a premium cable drama that I'll go to. Like I was a big fan of Carnival, only 2 seasons on HBO. But there was those. So you gotta get a little risque for my liking for television.
All right. Mine, I'm currently watching again, probably for the 3rd time through. NYPD Blue is my favorite show of all time.
You're watching NYPD Blue again?
I started at the beginning again just to throw it on.
My lord!
But like it's just there, like it's kind of just on. But like other stuff, I love sitcoms. I'm a big sitcom guy. If it's a sitcom between 1970 and 1995, I'm absolutely gonna watch it
all day.
On this external hard drive right here, I have every episode of Silver Spoons and Different Strokes. My friend just gave me, so like that's on here. TGIF, if it aired on the TGIF block, I'll watch all that shit. Yeah, dude, Saved by the Bell.
I'm watching Hanging with Mr. Cooper right now.
Dude, it's so underrated. It's so fucking underrated. When I watched it again during the pandemic, I'm like, I never gave the show a shot in the 90s.
Same.
Because it was always at the end of the block.
Same. First time for me.
And I was like, man, fuck this show. It's gonna lead to 2020, and that's boring. I don't want to watch 2020 with that fucking that old people shit. And I was like, I was out. My step by step was over. I'm like, I'm fucking out. You know, I'm like half watching Cooper anyway. Yeah. But dude, I watched it, and I'm like, this show is hilarious.
It's legit. Yeah, I love it.
Like Mr. Coop, Mark Curry's the shit.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I used to watch that one big time.
Dude, it's good. It is really fun.
What did they call that? That whole there was like a block. It was like
TGIF.
Oh, okay.
TGIF. And it was
the only time Friday nights has ever been good for television.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, Nickelodeon did something too. Like, I forget what they called theirs. It had like all that.
Snick.
That was what it was. Yeah.
Saturday Night Nick. Or
Yeah. It had like a show called like Roundhouse. It was like younger.
All that and all that shit was on there. Yeah.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think was on there.
Yeah. All that stuff, man. But good stuff. But I also like as far as like the epic shows, Lost, NYPD Blue, Sons of Anarchy. I'm a big Lost guy. I
didn't like Lost until season 4, so everybody hates me.
I only like the first 3 seasons. We actually did a rewatch with my kids. We couldn't get through season 4 again. I've tried it 3 times.
When it gets like really weird and like doesn't make sense and all that shit, that's what
becomes a different show.
Like,
at some point.
But you got to get through 4 because if you get through 4, you can really.
I can't get through 4. It's so hard to get.
I love all that shit. I don't know.
I'm thinking about rewatching Lost because I just watched Manifest. I love it.
My wife is watching that.
Manifest
good.
Manifest is great. They cut your balls off because it got canceled now. It's supposed to be a 6-season show.
It ended up though, right?
Not 100%. I know somebody was saying, Jay, you were saying Mrs. J-Bone said they officially got picked up. I haven't seen it the official.
I saw that. I saw that announcement too.
I thought I heard that they were. I guess it's not official.
Wait a second.
Because
are you telling me that's like a version of fake wrestling news with entertainment?
I think it happened. Fucking Meltzer reporting this shit.
It's in every form of there's a Meltzer in every form of entertainment. I guarantee you. Yeah.
The last word was like it was like about a couple of days ago because it's still like a really highly streamed show. Netflix is like, all right, maybe we should pick this up because everybody really wants it now. So we'll see.
So Gary said, I'm trying to look for the post. The thing because of Kurt Russell. It's funny you mentioned Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell's a great actor. His son has a big part in that Captain and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Wyatt Russell, right?
Wow. Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember his first name. Just curious, did anybody ever watch? Now, there was a company that put out a series of shows. It was all kid-related stuff, but one of the biggest things that was a part of it was Land of the Lost. Did anybody ever watch that original stuff? I mean, not. I know I'm really dating myself.
That was the kids' movie, right? Like the animated thing.
I'm talking about the old,
about the live action.
I'm not talking about the movie with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, you're talking about the original.
Yeah, I'm talking about the original.
That's like the 70s, right, J-Bone?
It was 70s, early 80s. There was like it was a company called Keystone something that produced it. And they had the Land of the Lost, Dr. Shrinker, the Electric Boogaloos.
Dr. Shrinker. What a great name.
There's
God damn it, Dr. Shrinker.
There's all these, there's like 6 or 7 different series that would play, and you never knew which one you were gonna get. And you would like Land of the Lost was one of them. I know I'm really dating myself here, but I used to love that shit.
What about the Land Before Time? Remember that?
Yeah, Land Before. That's what I thought he was talking about. That's a big time. There was like a bajillion of those. Though.
There was a whole series of movies of those. Yeah.
Oh, we have a very important question.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. Let's everybody calm down. Ronin Blue has a top question here.
Oh man,
what is better, Predator '87 or RoboCop '87? And I'm gonna add in an amendment to this. And why? Trent, I'm going to start with you.
Oh, RoboCop '87, still to this day the most violent movie I've ever seen in my life. 100%.
Oh, I got to show you some movies then. Okay, Bill.
No, I'm talking strictly from a psychotic fucking Clarence Bonaker's a fucking psychopath in that movie. I've never seen a heel that ridiculous in my life.
Bonaker's the
man. It's
man.
fucking Red Foreman, and he's a fucking lunatic. He's a fucking lunatic and
dumbass.
Oh my god. The execution scene, fuck everything, dude. That execution scene is fucking wicked. It is so fucked up. I'm still like, fucking hey, this is nuts. And I watched Terminator 1 today, and that was fucked up too. The police station scene.
Trent is still in therapy over it.
Dude, RoboCop, the execution scene in RoboCop is fucked up.
If you go back in history, and if you look at the marketing campaign for RoboCop 1, it wasn't advertised as like this violent movie.
Not at all, dude.
My dad took me to RoboCop.
Me too.
Same. Like 6, 7 years old. I'm going to RoboCop with my dad, and he was probably like, "What the hell?" They made toys.
They made toys immediately for RoboCop.
I had them with the caps. Like
I had one of those too. Yeah.
It's insane how it was completely marketed to kids. Like it was not a kids movie.
And we loved it. But then I guess that's why I became like a ECW and Deathmatch fan. I don't know what happened.
I say Predator because, well, number one, Arnold Schwarzenegger has some of the most epic one-liners in there, like he always did in his movies. Get to the chopper. And also Governor.
Jesse Ventura, man.
Jesse Ventura is in there with some of the most classic one-liners. In fact, when Jesse Ventura was doing the commentator gig in WWF at the time, I know we can't call it WWF anymore. But anyway,
call it whatever the fuck. I call it garbage shit. You can call it whatever you want, J-Bone.
I know, I'm putting a timestamp on is all I'm saying. But he made himself out to be such a big Hollywood star, and then they would show all his clips during the WWF shows, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I made this movie," and everyone would look at him like, "The fuck."
Have you guys seen these Instagram posts where like they say that the Predator's like end credits? And it could be like tied to any old 80s sitcoms and theme music, and it totally works. Have you seen
yeah.
It's a whole craze. Like they did the Full House one and Family Matters. And
yes, I have.
It's making the rounds on Instagram right now, and it's hilarious because like it's the end credits of Predator, but it's like set to like every like wholesome family sitcom theme song. It's all
like Full House, and
it's so funny. I'll find it and I'll share it at some point. But it's so good.
But J-Bone, not even the best combination of Schwarzenegger and Jesse in the 80s.
What was it?
Predator was not.
Oh,
The Running Man was better.
Oh, I remember Running Man. That was the first rated R movie that my
Running Man
parents
was the
let me
freaking
watch.
bomb.
First rated R movie that was Running
Yeah,
Man?
it wasn't that. It was only rated R because of violence, I think, and it wasn't that bad. I think the weirdest part about that was when they like inject him with drugs or something. Better fucking take this drugs. I was like, oh, this is probably. I remember as a kid being like, oh, this is probably why it's rated R.
That's awesome.
I've never seen RoboCop or Predator.
There you go. So all right, that was so we're gonna be an uneven panel. No, wait, no, there'll be 5 of us vote. All right, what else? What do you got, Mark?
Let's see. Well, we're pushing up on an hour here, so typically we wrap it up if we go a little long. That's fine. Here's another one
in here, though. Yeah,
all right.
RoboCop or
oh,
Predator?
do I have to answer? Oh, for me,
RoboCop, dude.
RoboCop is one of the most socially relevant and important films of my lifetime. I wrote many a paper in college. Yeah, I wrote tons of stuff on Verhoeven. He's like one of my very favorite directors. So as much as I love Predator, to me, Predator is more rewatchable because I can put it on in the background when I'm cleaning or something like that. But when I watch RoboCop, I want to sit down and like pay attention to RoboCop. I think it's a better film.
What about you, Stefan?
I've seen Predator. I mean, I've seen both of them, and they're both really good movies. But I've seen Predator so many times that I have to answer Predator. And but, I go back to what J-Bone said with the one-liners, like so many quotable one-liners, and it's just a little bit more memorable movie to me, at least to me.
Fair enough. All right, Kevin Martin here with an interesting question.
Yeah,
if TNI was a movie / show, what would it be?
Community.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Well, it could be Las Vegas, but he kind of answers his own question. Maybe a Las Vegas Big Brother Real World house.
I'm going with this is completely Parks and Rec is what this cat's a character.
Can I be Aziz?
Well, come on, I'm the fucking South Asian guy. I have to be Aziz. Like you can't just steal that thunder right away.
But there's nobody for me to identify with, so I identify with Aziz.
Shit, that's true.
Yeah.
We can both be Aziz.
Okay, perfect.
J-Bone's Puck.
Oh, clearly. No, this is funny. What Armand's saying is what the nurse suggested we should do for Bound for Glory. She's like, we should rent a big ass Airbnb and just fucking have a 24/7 stream to the Twitch.
Oh god!
And I'm like, can you imagine what the fuck would be caught on this stream?
If Impact wants to sponsor it, remember when that New Orleans WrestleMania?
That's right.
And Josh and Sanjay. We're doing on Twitch the whole time.
It was like a 24-hour stream.
That was the start of their Twitch. Yeah. They went all over the place.
It was interesting.
Rosemary and a couple other knockouts went around town.
Went
around town to different places like that were like real New Orleans. Like they went to like a palm reading place, and other stuff like that. And there was one really awkward part that I remember, and I was watching it. And what the hell's her name that just came back to AAW, Trent?
Who's that?
AK
Allison K.
Allison K. What was she in? Sienna.
Sienna,
yeah. Okay, so she was walking around with them, and it was like, then it got really awkward all of a sudden. Like you felt like there was some tension or something, and she just like abruptly, like they got crowded, and she just abruptly just left. And they didn't know where the hell she went. It was like, well, where'd she go? What happened? And I think she left like Impact like right after that or something. So something was going on. I don't know what was going on. It was just funny.
I'll tell you a really quick funny thing about that 24/7 stream. Our buddy Skull, Brian, who does a lot of our
shout out
Skull. He texted me. He's like, hey, are you watching the because he was there. He was down. Him and a bunch of the AEW crew went down because we ran a show, but I didn't go for that. But he's like, are you watching the Impact 24/7 stream? He's like, they're in the lobby of the hotel I'm staying in. I'm like, no shit. Yeah, I'm watching it. And he's like, what? He's like watching 30 seconds. And like, I'm watching and I just see him in the background walk by and just do like one of those like nipple rub things. Like, and he's just like fucking slithers away. It was awesome. Josh Matthews, none the wiser. I think
what is this? Best Eddie Murphy movie is my question.
Yeah, he had an earlier question. He's new to us, Alex Radford.
Alex,
so welcome, Alex. Welcome. Let us know how you found us too, since you're
Beverly
new to
Hills
us.
Cop 2 is my favorite.
Ooh,
good one.
Shrek. I love the Shrek movie.
Donkey. Oh, sorry.
Man,
that's a tough one. I love
Damn.
Eddie Murphy.
I'd probably have to go Coming to America.
That's a great one too. Yeah,
it's tough not to go Coming to America.
Yeah,
the royal penis is clean. What?
I mean, if you could throw the stand-ups, Delirious and Raw in there too. I know they've dated poorly in some aspects, but man, those were game changers at the time.
Yeah.
It's good library to pull from. Boomerang's up there. I mean, man,
Boomerang, dude,
so
a
many.
soundtrack for Boomerang.
Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2.
I'll go with I'll just switch it up. The Distinguished Gentleman's a personal fave.
That's a very underrated movie, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's an underrated movie.
The name you know, the name you trust.
It's an underrated one. What about you, Stefan? Eddie Murphy movies?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah,
classic.
Third one still blows up.
Oh, Trading Places is a classic.
Harlem Nights, Coming to America.
Yeah.
He's got a decent little fucking catalog.
Oh, when you start running it back, my kids still love him because he still does shit for kids.
Well, he purposely did that. Yeah, that was the thing.
Who from this panel has seen the new Coming to America that's on? I think it's on Prime.
Yeah.
Who has seen it and did you like it or not? I'm curious because I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
Okay, so I was watching it and I'm texting my sister and I'm like, hey man, I don't know why everyone's dogging this Coming to America too. This shit's fucking hilarious. I'm rolling, crying. She's like, man, you're super stoned. She's like, you're way too stoned. I stopped smoking. By the end of the movie, I'm like, man, this sucks. I must have been. So it's good if you're real high, I guess. But if you're just
I haven't seen it.
No bueno. You wouldn't like it, Trent.
No, it's no good. It's just
you're never real high. So
was it too forced? Like, what's the deal with it?
I couldn't even tell you because it was so late at night. But it just came off really campy, and the plot shifted to the sun, and it was like, I don't know.
There's a lot.
It's not the same movie. It's not a continuation of what you saw in the first one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of throwbacks from the first, which popped me. I was like, oh, they brought back so and so or whatever. So I thought those moments were cool. Some of it felt a little campy.
If he's not working at McDowell's for half the movie, I'm out.
Is McDowell's in the movie though?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he still owns McDowell's.
I'd have to watch it. It's in there. I forget like how it's in there, but yeah, it's
The Soul Glow in there.
Yeah, Eric LaSalle's not in it, is he? Oh, come on, man. He's too cool for school. He went to ER and became a huge star. He's like, I'm too good for this comedy.
Has he done anything since ER though?
Barely, dude. He went to like directing.
That ended like 20 years ago.
I know. He's directing mostly now.
Wasn't there some controversial thing with him, or am I thinking of someone else?
No, he's pretty clean, straightforward.
Oh, I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah, I watched ER I watched a lot of TV during the pandemic. I'm like, during the lockdown, I watched like everything through.
Dude, ER
was great.
It was marathon city during the pandemic for everybody. This was actually Family Dinner tonight was very TV oriented. This was a nice show.
It's something we talked about doing as like a bonus on Patreon for like just talking TVs and sitcoms.
Oh, Dolomite. If you guys, go watch Dolomite on Netflix. It is really good. Like I had no clue what that was supposed to be, but it's Eddie Murphy playing Dolomite, making the movies, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, Bell's voice saying it right here. There you go.
Yeah.
Eric LaSalle's great in ER. He was a good actor, man. Didn't do much afterwards though. Kind of quiet. But ER is an awesome show. Actor. I am an actor. But I'd like to definitely do a TV based like sitcom. That'd be fun.
Hey, we got to do the Growing Pains with the.
We have party. Did we put up? We got to put that up, right?
It's up. So if you are tier 3 patron, the next TNI Fans Choice poll went up already. There's one comment from Justin already that, man, this is a tough one, and there was no votes. So I'm guessing he's coming back to vote. Do you guys want me to run off? If somebody wants to talk for a second here, I'll tell you what the poll consists of. Since everyone's on here anyways, they can see what kind of stuff goes on the polls and what we're watching for the bonus stuff.
Polls.
While you're pulling that up, there's a request from Terrence to show my infamous guitar. Should I go bring that over?
Yeah.
I just want to show it. I'm not.
Hey, Terrence.
Check this out. I'm going to bring this over.
All right. So the poll, and for those, while Trent gets that, the poll for TNI Fam's Choice right now is Hogan versus Andre, WrestleMania 3. Saved by the Bell 2020 episode 1. These are all watch alongs. So to me, I kind of hope that wins because I want to watch Trent have to watch it.
I haven't seen it, so I would be.
Oh man, that's got to win. Pride of the X-Men, which for those of you that are comic book fans like me, that's
I think
classic.
I own Pride of the X-Men on like VHS.
I have an animation cell from it on my wall right there.
Let me show this off real quick. Okay, so I would
wait, last choice. ROH's women's division weekly. That's it. Go vote.
Oh, what were the choices? We're doing the growing pains, cocaine.
No, that wasn't there. That wasn't there.
That wasn't there. But it can be.
It's all
next
bad
time.
options.
It can be next time. Pride of the X-Men rules. What are you talking about, Bill? Come on. All right, Trent, show off this.
So Bill's Impact super fan. I've never questioned ever. Absolutely not. No way about it. But the other super fans who were in that audience, I question. Very sus, as the kids say. But I would only let them get a pass if they own something of this nature. This is probably one of the most rare TNA Impact pieces of merch you're ever going to.
I know what you're going to show. Okay.
This is like, if you have this, I'd give you a pass on calling yourself a super fan, which I don't think even the kid who owned every swatch and all that perfectly produced video had. I don't think he has this, but I have a fucking TNA guitar, man. Look at that shit. It is a TNA branded acoustic guitar.
That's so fun.
With Jeff Jarrett's fucking engraving.
Oh my god.
Speaking of Jeff Jarrett, did I hear he's now free again?
Yeah.
Somebody said that in the chat. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Well, I kind of assumed that
maybe he'll be amped up to return.
Whoa, GFW forever. I assumed he was, because he started the whole thing with Conrad, and because he's getting paid to do the.
They don't let you do things that make money.
The podcast. Yeah, so he's doing that behind a paywall, but he's also got it on YouTube. So I didn't know if it was free or if it was supposed to be. You had to pay to. I forget.
I started it it's about early history of TNA. It's actually pretty good.
The clips are great. If you don't want to sit through a whole 2-hour, 3-hour show, they break up a lot of them into different clips and topics. And
the Conrad shows are way too, a lot of ads. It's very heavy, so you have to break it up.
Oh yeah, because I'm not gonna contact Conrad to sell my ass or whatever he does. I don't know what the hell he does.
Wait, what?
Armand, I did buy that from the shop though. I did buy the guitar from years ago. This is many years ago. And Bill, a good buddy of ours, Tony Lucasio, is in NWA now. Used to really take care of me and Bill for merch. He was a guy to know. And if you knew Tony, he'd get you package deals and shit like that. So he hooked me up with this one.
Now, do you know what's even more rare? When he went to GFW and started GFW, he did make a GFW guitar.
That's what I heard. They did a GFW guitar. That's non-existent though. At this point, I can't imagine
one of those.
Yeah,
that'd be very rare.
The one when I went to the Appleton, Wisconsin show, it was about 2 hours north of us. Me and Mrs. J-Bone went, and to this day, and I always say this is one of the most fun wrestling events that I ever went to because I had a little bit of everything, and the meet and greet before it was all a part of it. So we got stuff. I got to take pictures with all of them. I got some signed stuff. So much fun. Met the original, back when they were the original Bullet Club, the Good Brothers. Back when they were in New Japan and they had the New Japan Championships. That was great. So I got a picture with those belts. But yeah, Jarrett wasn't part of the meet and greet until the very end of the show. You got to go in the ring for $20 and get a picture with him and Jim Duggan. But right at the table when you first got in there, they had a Jeff Jarrett guitar for like $75, $100 or something like that. had the engraving thing on it. So
Slap nut guitar.
Yes.
It smells like beer, sweat, self-tanner, and baby oil, brother.
That's right. Should we wrap up here? We have so many questions. I feel bad cutting some questions.
I know. Well, so like I said, typically it's a 1 hour show, and we keep it around there just to make it, a uniform amount of time for us really to budget for in our own lives. But yeah, we're a little bit over right now. We should probably wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody, for bringing your questions. Thank you, everybody, for showing up for dinner. It's a full house. Family dinner is, I know it's become a favorite for everybody who's here every week. So we'd love to see more of you. You got a taste tonight of what we do at family dinner. It's, there's some Impact talk, there's some wrestling talk, but really it's about what tonight was mostly movies, right? Sometimes Trent has Pasta Mania for family dinner. Back at the inception of family dinner. If you enjoyed this, you can see many episodes in the archives of when we used to do this. The Impact Plus Weekly. Yep, Impact Plus Weekly. There's 46 episodes of that show.
We did it for almost a year.
Yeah, available in the archives. We do this every Sunday. We would love to have you with us. So, join us on the Discord, hit us on the Patreon. Sunday dinner is back. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, that was awesome to have you guys here. Thank you again. But definitely
no Karen autograph in that. No,
this is a good question. I do want to do on the next one, please. I do. No.
Bring it back, Hakeem. Bring it back.
Yeah, bring that one back, Hakeem. But our Twitter handles are here. If you, let's verbally plug it though. Let's just verbally plug our Twitter handles if you guys want. Stefan, since you're visiting, you're hanging out in the house for 2 nights in a row, by the way. But yeah, plug your Twitter here.
Yeah, I got IM_I_sofa_king_.
Rolls off the tongue.
Rolls off the tongue. I love it. Follow Stefan. Go ahead, Alicia. Where can people follow you?
You can find me on the Twitter and the Instagram under the handle Alicia Bukaki.
Wait, Stefan, I want to pitch something to you. I told Alicia, okay, you guys have a wedding to pay for, okay? And this like free, giving access to her free is bullshit. Like, all right, like you have a very beautiful fiance. This is bullshit. We're giving people free access to this. I said we make a Patreon tier, which is like $80, and you get to follow Alicia. And it's like, she can put whatever she wants, but it's $80. And I'm telling you, we can add this up quick. That wedding could be paid for, but in like 6 months. Like I'm talking like, we put it out there. No more freebies. Come on with more workshop this. I want to workshop this idea. Maybe you get a follow back, maybe not.
Let me know.
You could be like really simple 5-minute vlogs leading
not even.
up
it's
to the wedding.
It's all pictures of stuff for $80. And like Halloween decor. And like delicious baked treats, that she's baked for the week. Like it's just all that, but it's like not free. Okay, you don't get this shit for free. They got a wedding to pay for. I have a little decency and paid for. All right, go ahead, Mark.
MARKQ Mark World Order on Twitter. Mostly find me on the Discord and Patreon. Honestly, I'm getting back into the Twitter. I'm on the TNI Twitter. I'm on my own Twitter, but really find me in the Discord. That's pretty much where I'm camped out most of the time.
Mark had a flashback to angry wife yelling at us. Like, what? Shit. All right, J-Bone, where can I find you?
You can find me on the Twitter box at JBone5150. That's JAYBONE 5150. I'm also on that other little podcast called Smash's Podcast. It's on YouTube, it's on Twitch, and it's on all the socials. It's on the Facebox, the Twitter box, and the Instanet.
There you go. All right.
Is it right here?
In my ass.
Thanks.
I'm not there.
You're everywhere else.
Go ahead, Bill.
Need a few more beers.
Also, Bill's going to be a premium Patreon tier for all the wrestler photos. It's not going to be quite $80, but it's more like maybe in the $25, $30 range. Maybe,
That's the Instagram, which is the same as my name here on the Twitter at William M. Gardner, GARDNER. You can see me there or at a show near you.
Most likely a show near you.
Every show.
if you are watching Impact episodes this, for the next couple of weeks, Bill, he teleports between seats. If you watch match to match, it's like 1 minute he's here, and next minute he's here, but he changes clothes, but like
clothes and everything.
Second, it's amazing how that happens. Keep an eye on Bill. Find Bill in the audience. It's awesome. It's an awesome game to play.
I play that game every time I watch Impact.
And whenever he moves, you have to take a shot.
There you go. You gotta take a shot. You'll be hammered. You'll be hammered. You'll be fucked up by the time D'Lo Brown comes on your screen, which is like in the first 5 minutes. All right. Get me at Trent Severi over on Twitter, guys. The show at We Talk Impact, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the Patreon. We're here to push the Patreon. This is not going to audio. This is just an exclusive thing for YouTube here. Just YouTube and Twitch at Total Nonstop.
It will be on audio for patrons. This one will go on audio. That'll be handled. So, if you're listening on audio.
Freebie for y'all here. But definitely check it out, guys. Patreon.com/We Talk Impact. Different tiers. Big thanks to everyone who's joined. It's the first of the month, so you're renewing. Thanks for joining the ride again. We totally appreciate that. Yeah, it's super cool.
Thank you so much.
So thanks for hanging in. We'll be doing more stuff. We're talking about new stuff here and there. So just, come in. The archive is all available to you if you want to go check it out. Go ahead.
Tier 3 patrons, join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central for a rewatch of Slam. Treehouse Theater.
Treehouse Theater. That Treehouse Theater is really underrated. So yeah, definitely. If you missed an event, you can watch it in the watch along, which is pretty cool.
Justin's running that tomorrow because I was at Slam, so I did not get a chance to see it. And I'm dying to actually watch
the broadcast of it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. All right, sounds good. All right, guys, thank you very much. Thanks for hanging. We appreciate it. All the patrons. Thank you again. If you haven't joined Patreon, hopefully you're considering it after this, and give us a shot. And we'll go from there. But all right. Talk to you guys later. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday for Time Machine Tuesday. Good night.